Hi Aquarius, how you doing this fine day? Good, I hope. Doing a shuffle now, and I'm asking for a 3-card spread for the sign of Aquarius. So let us have the first card of that, please. What is that card going to be? It is Knight of Swords. Ah then, I haven't often got this as the first card in a reading, but it's for you today, Aquarius. Now here we are, Swords energy. It is actually your group of signs. It's an air sign card, basically. So this is very close to your heart. Could also be Libra and Gemini around you, or those influences in your chart, or maybe all of it together. You just never know. Sometimes I'm a Sagittarius. I sometimes work with another Sagittarius. And it's surprising, we do pretty well, though I say it myself. Though you would think, normally it kind of shouldn't really work, should it, in the normal setup of things? So we're coming away from what's absolutely normal here, guys. And there's definitely some soul searching to be done. But the Knight of Wands here, the Knight of Swords, what am I saying? The Knight of Swords here has a great amount of energy for getting things done, but he doesn't have a great deal of time to kind of listen to every little detail of what's going on at the moment. So it's not just a question of actually having to persuade him that you're worth helping. That's not really what it's about. But, you haven't particularly got to convince him that your plans are right, but you have got to convince him that you've got the energy to go through with it. Because he is a kind of you get out what you put in kind of a knight, is the Knight of Swords. It's about thinking. There's decisions to make. They're not easy, but this is help with those decisions. And that help tends to come in the form of an amazing idea coming in where you think, oh no, I couldn't do that. Thinking the unthinkable, possibly. But he comes in when there's something about to happen. He's fairly intense. See, the horse is actually quite active here, and he's on his way. He's not hanging about like some of the knights do. Very kind of what you might call kinetic energy, I guess. He's really kind of making it happen and getting things done there. Okay. Well, let us go into Ask an Angel, which I'm using this week, and probably next week as well, the way it's going, because the internet is so, lovely and slow at the moment. Oh gosh, it's calming the pace of things down a bit more than I'd like to see them calm down. But this Knight of Swords energy, right, it's not really about calming down. It is always good to take a calm view of things, but it's this is about actually getting things done, right? This might not have started yet, but you'll be aware of a need to do that somewhere in your life, Aquarius. So I've shuffled, so tell me more about Knight of Swords in this reading. And we've got Archangel Jeremiah and its clarity. That's what really needs to happen, clarification, yeah? As I said before, it's not about persuading this character that you've got what it takes. It's about kind of clarifying any misunderstandings in your own mind about which way you're going to go, because that is what's going to give you the energy to keep going. Okay, now we can never see the full picture before it happens. We can get wonderful predictions, but exactly how things pan out, we never know until they pan out. Okay, but there's very thrusting kind of swashbuckling energy going on there. So that looks pretty good to me. It really does, Aquarius. Okay, right then, so let's shuffle and have another card, please. In this reading for the sign of Aquarius. This will be just about the first one in August. It's the 30th of July today. So by the time you're watching this, it's pretty much going to be August. I'm thinking a lot about maybe doing these fortnightly or something. I don't know. It's the upload times just get worse every time I make a new plan. Right, anyway, I digress. Let's ring the bell. Get back into the spiritual energy of it. Quick drink of my beloved Earl Grey tea. And what is the middle card in this spread, please? And it is Two of Wands. Here we go. Now, this really is about the getting things done phase of it. Alice is sort of hanging about there because she's still making choices, still making decisions, I feel, as we look at this, because things aren't clear. She's looking off into the distance, exactly what it is that's going on, exactly what it is that's active. She can't see any more than any of us would be able to ever to see the wind, but the wind is blowing the ribbons on the wands there. So things are active, things are actually getting done. It's fire sign energy, guys. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius around you. Possibly those aspects in your own chart. But I feel this is actually Leo energy to do with this. I feel there's a great kind of desire to be out there and get visible and get things done in public. But, we've got to kind of know the shot before we do that, haven't we? But we know that there's a shot there. We know it's coming in. And we know Alice is going to have to go places. But she's standing in front of a checkered field there. Now that represents a chessboard usually in these cards, and I'm sure it does here. But you see she's standing off the chessboard and she's looking away from it. She's not getting involved in playing games now. This is about where next, where to go next. And the energy is really close for that to start happening. In fact, it started happening already. It's come to me. But the actual, things beginning to happen in the actual plan that you want is probably a little way off, yeah? So we've got the flowers have grown here. That's why I'm saying the energy's already there. These flowers have grown and matured and are very beautiful. But sometimes that's got to happen before we can actually put things in place to really make the forward movements that we want to make. So let's go back into Ask an Angel and say, tell me more please about the Two of Wands in this reading for the sign of Aquarius. Tell me more please about the Two of Wands in this spread. And so, Divine Mystery, it keeps coming up. Gosh, sometimes I feel like taking one of these cards out of the deck so it can't come up every 5 minutes. But there we go. It's come up for a reason. It's the heavenly dove. It's flying to the higher chakras, very much flying towards spiritual truth and wisdom there. We've got to remember the flight of Icarus when this card comes up, though, because this dove is flying very, very close to the sun. It's Archangel Raziel, by the way. But what we can see here is there's great light from the sun and there's great darkness around it. And it's only really at night when we get things dark that we can see any sunlight at all in the context of the dark kind of universe that it sits in. And that is only because sunlight reflects off the moon to light things up. So there isn't really any light without sunlight. A great deal of the light in my life, and for a lot of you people I know as well, a lot of that light comes from actual spiritual awareness, comes from having hope, comes from having faith. But it's not all in the mind exactly, but that's where it happens. That's where the inspiration comes in and plays around and gets us to do things. So then, this must be why Alice hasn't actually embarked on the journey yet, but is still wondering about it. Is she going to burn her wings? Has she got to be careful what she wishes for? Well, yes, friends, I would say always be quite careful what you wish for. I really would. Because, you can get exactly what you want. Sometimes it's in a way that you wouldn't hope for. That's, I've seen that happen so many times in so many different ways to so many different people. I don't want to kind of actually put a concrete explanation to it, but there we are. So I drop more tea because I do like my tea. And let's have a shuffle and say, please give us the outcome card in this 3-card spread for the sign of Aquarius. We will do an oracle card to find out some more, but right now let's have a shuffle of, by the way, Tarot in Wonderland, this deck. And say, give us the last card, please, of this 3-card spread. And it's the Fool. So I'm just trying to stop my cards falling on. Let's put them over there a minute. Right. Okay, it's the Fool. There we are. New journey beginning. Now this is great. It's number 0. It indicates kind of being right at the start of something. But I want to say, friends, this isn't right back at the start. This is right forward at the start. It's one of those things where everything you've done in your life so far is leading towards where your life's going in future, which is always the case, and this is the future beginning to happen. It's a journey into the unknown. There is a certain element of warning about this card, and is this a shadow under Alice, or is it a hole that she's going to fall into? The cat knows, Alice doesn't yet, but let's hope things all work out. That's all we can really say, when this card comes out, because it really is about the beginning. But look at all the green, verdant pastures, all nature kind of brimming over in this card. Leaves on the trees, some evergreens there, and is that a flowing river? I believe that's a flowing stream. I'm not quite sure. It's the unique way these cards are drawn by, who is it? Eugene Smith, who's a wonderful artist, but I'm not sure quite what he's driving at there. But there we are. Nature is actually brimming over, and this shows that the resources are there around you for you to be able to find the way forward. But as always with the tarot, because it's the same in life, this is exactly why the tarot is like it. You get out what you put in, and that was really indicated quite strongly with the Knight of Swords at the beginning there, and also this need for clarity. So let us go back into our Ask an Angel, which quite often turns out to be Ask an Archangel, and say, tell me more please about number 0, the Fool, the beginning of this wonderful journey for the sign of Aquarius. Tell me more about the Fool for the sign of Aquarius, please. And what have we got? If we haven't got home, now this is rather good, and I'm messing around because another one fell out there, so there we are, we will have them both. First one out was home. Home is where the heart is. Look at the heart growing on that tree. We are going to need a solid platform beneath us to stand on as we embark on the next stage of the journey. Okay, so this is about keeping people close to your heart that matter to you, and keeping not just the people but the things you like to do, particularly things that involve other people. Okay, this is really about the family of life, and you can be a complete introvert. We all need friends. I don't care what anybody says. So remember your friends, and remember that our groups of friends that we have are a bit like a tree with branches coming out. We are all kind of different branches, or maybe even leaves, and at times we can even be a seed, actually. But the tree is growing here because we're all working together on it. No one is an island. I was going to say no man is an island, but that is how they used to say it in my youth, when women weren't women weren't treated well, I don't think, in those days. There we go. And the other card, Archangel Sandalphon, prayer. So this is really about looking up through those higher chakras, as we said before. Don't be afraid to actually go on this journey and rise, because prayer is what's going to make it all worth it. These two things very strongly go together. Now look at the colours in this card. This is a fabulous card. There's a 5-pointed star over the head of Archangel Sandalphon there. Sometimes addictions are involved when Sandalphon comes up, so ask yourself about those. And this doesn't just mean kind of drugs, drinking, smoking. This means TV. I hate to say it, guys, this can mean YouTube, yeah? A lot of YouTube is set up to kind of keep you watching again and again and again. If you find yourself watching more stuff than you really would imagine you would like to watch on YouTube, just kind of, I'm not saying doubt your own mind, doubt your own thoughts, but just be aware that there is an addictive thing going on here. I'm not sure about the red of YouTube, but certainly the blue of Facebook is meant to keep you awake. So addictions, it could be TV, it could be absolutely anything. People can get addicted to anything because it's something to take the mind off whatever the problem might seem to be, or whatever the massive sort of knot of problems might seem to be, because it gets like that in this life sometimes, doesn't it? Okay, the way out of that is to pray. Okay, it really is. And it's not so much praying because you're asking for something, although that's sure to be part of it. More than anything, when we pray, it's like when we meditate. The mind, the human mind, through the good offices of the pineal gland and the third eye, gets in touch with what really matters to it, what really matters to you. So the answers are within you, Aquarius. That's really the thing to say here. The energy's there to get it done. So, you know, we've come off the chessboard, things are looking quite good there, and we're ready to start this new journey. But the answers are always going to come from within, or the moan, as we say in Wales, always from within. Okay, guys, with that, I'm going to say thanks very much for watching. Hope you have a fabulous day, a fabulous week. I'll be back soon with more readings. I really appreciate all the subscriptions. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Tap that bell so you don't miss anything. I'll be on again very soon. Have fun and peace. Goodbye.